Let's go to Sydney now. Emergency crews are working to access communities cut off without power and suffering inundation on the Hawkesbury River to the northwest of Sydney as more intense rainfall is forecast for the next 2 days at least. Kenny Heatley is at Windsor. And Kenny, what is the latest where you are this morning?
Laura, good morning. Heavy rain, bursts of heavy rain coming through. The last thing we need at the moment because it just flows straight into these flooded rivers. And believe it or not, the most intense rainfall has been up in the Blue Mountains and around Kangaroo Valley down into the Illawarra. And when you're talking about the Blue Mountains, that just flows straight down into these catchments as well. And in fact, flash flooding cut the Great Western Highway, the main road up to the Blue Mountains towards Katoomba. Earlier here at Windsor, I spoke with local member Susan Templeman about what the community is going through.
This feels like a second flood in less than a week. People had started cleaning up in some cases from the first one, but of course the turf farms, the vegetable farms, they're just completely underwater. We don't know the full extent of the damage of roads. Where water has receded, we've seen really bad damage at Freeman's Reach, for instance, but the waters are now back up, re-flooding those areas.
So a real focus for the SES is accessing these communities like Wiseman's Ferry, which have homes inundated. Some of these places like Saxville, also Lower Portland, up around the Colo River, the McDonald River as well, and the downstream of the Hawkesbury River. They've been without power for a few days and are cut off, getting very low on fuel and supplies. If we take a zoom in to the Hawkesbury River here, so we've got places like Wilberforce and Freeman's Reach on the other side. They are cut off at the moment, and some of these communities which need restocking ASAP. And I spoke to John Camilleri, who has a business, a pet food store and warehouse in Wilberforce.
A lot of rain is happening in big bursts, and that's creating a lot of road issues. But crossing over, as you can see, it was looking good a couple of days ago, but now with this last storms, it's gone up again. And I've got a lot of relatives that have got farms there. They're used to the floods, of course, but it's been 2 in 1 year. That really starts to hurt.
Laura, 43 evacuation orders across the state, and we've even got evacuation warnings in places like Picton further south as well. So it's a big job for the SES still, with more intense rainfall on the way. And when you get thunderstorms moving through as well, that is the issue, because you could get locally heavy falls, potentially in excess of 200 millimetres. So it's a big problem for the next couple of days.
Kenny, thanks so much. Keep an eye out for us.